Great day, great day. It's your guy, Brooklyn Boone, and you are now tuning in to How You Holding Up, the podcast. And today is a very special day. Not only is it Thanksgiving that we're celebrating, and I'm pretty sure, like myself, you have a lot to be thankful for, but I have another special guest here with me today. Man, the accolades are numerous, so I had to write them down. World changer, motivational speaker, Chef Cece, Dr. Donaldson. We have Miss Syerralynn here with us. And we are in the kitchen, actually, as she prepares these Thanksgiving dinners. So, how you holding up? Well, before you respond,
Okay.
I want you to be very mindful of your current state of being.
Okay.
Think of how your day is going. Think of how the past few days have been for you, the last few months, the last few years, or how life itself has been for you. And then I'm going to ask you again, how you holding up?
Okay.
Yes.
I'm alive. I'm blessed, and
Okay.
I'm well. I'm here.
Okay.
If you really want to think about it, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm just grateful. Like if somebody asks me one word, it'll be just grateful.
Okay. Now, today is Thanksgiving, right?
Right.
What are you grateful for?
Just the opportunity to be able to feed different people, feed different families. Not only that, I'm grateful for being able to be in this position that I am now, being that I'm 30, and is now just sitting in how much things actually accomplished thus far. So I'm just grateful for the people that's around me. I'm grateful for me being able to have my own business. I'm grateful for people to even trust me to be able to feed them, because that's a trust factor. So I'm just grateful, honestly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, when you say you've had the opportunity to feed people, I want to expound on that because one of our first collaborative opportunities together was at Miami Rescue Mission.
Yep.
I proposed the opportunity to you, but it was a no-brainer for you because you do this on a regular.
Yep.
And me seeing that and us having that joint venture together at that time, it was a no-brainer for you when I proposed it to you. So I want to say that I do thank you for that opportunity to actually see how you whip up the food. That was my first time actually tasting your food, and I must say it was pretty damn good. If I must say so, it was good. So I can see why this is a business for you. Very lucrative, I'm assuming, and I hope so. If not now, then in the future. So
it is, yeah.
I'm definitely proud of you. Now, I do have some other accolades here.
What happened?
You were seen on Supermarket Stakeout, Fox News 29, and also WPTV 5 News. How'd those opportunities be presented to you? How did that come about?
Believe it or not,
I believe it.
When I say favor ain't fair, I mean that in the most humblest way ever, simply because I did not go looking for any of these opportunities. When it comes to me being on TV, people ask me what application you did, and I just be quiet, but I'm at a point where it's now I just need to tell the world what's up for real. Right. I didn't apply for no Food Network or anything like that. These people scouted me out for a good 2 to 3 weeks. They were hitting me up emails, and us as people, we think everything don't be real.
Right.
So I was getting DMs and emails hey, we really want you to be on this Food Network show. We love your personality. We love your presentation of your food. And I was only a year or 2 years in at this time, and I thought it was a joke. I was nah, it's probably scammers or whatever the case is. So I ignored them. It's not until the actual guy who sends off the applications, he actually hopped in my DM on Instagram and was hey, you probably think it's a lie because we've been emailing you, but because I even wrote him scammer no scamming.
Right.
But he was you probably think it's a scam, but he was I really want to let you know this is real.
Wow.
And he was we really want you. And he was we don't even want you to do the application part. Like, we just want you to do like the little video part, and then I guarantee you, like, you're going to be on the show.
Skip the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was crazy because it was like hundreds of people that applied. I did not apply.
Wow.
I didn't even know how to even get on Food Network. Like, to be honest, I was just doing my thing. I was just cooking and enjoying myself. And they literally was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and try it out. So I did the whole interview part with, like, as far as like a video interview.
Okay.
He told me it was a lady that's gonna call me, and he was like, just give us what you've been given to the world. I didn't know that because that's just me. Like, I be hype, I be happy cooking food. Right. And he literally was like, whatever you do on social media, we want you to do like in real life. And that's what I did. I was just being myself. So I did the video interview, and it was crazy because every like 10 to 15 minutes she was stopping me, and she was like, yo, you're a star. Like, this is crazy. Like, she kept on stopping me and was like, your smile is infectious. Like, the stuff that you say at your mouth is just like mind blowing. And she was like, you're actually really funny. And I was just like, okay, you know, I did it. And then that's when they hit me up like 2 weeks later and was like, yeah, you're one of the contestants from the show. Like, after we sought out everybody, like, you were literally one of the contestants. So that's how I ended up on the Food Network show. Like I said, I didn't apply or anything like that. They scouted me out.
Right.
Did that. And then when it came to like the news stuff, like, I didn't apply for that either. Like, I didn't scout nobody out. Like, I didn't even know how you get on there. People that actually just does like the news stories, they hit me up and was like, hey, we've been hearing good things about you on the streets. And I'm like, oh, for real? And they literally was like, you know, we want to interview you. And long story short, it's just God. It's like, that's when it comes to my business, I don't really be knowing what else to say, but just the big man upstairs that be looking out for me. Like, I just be myself. It's me. It's C. Like, I just be doing my thing. And these things always end up falling in my lap, and I just be thankful. That's why I say I'm just grateful.
I have notes here, right? Okay. I kind of want to fast forward. Okay. You know what? No, we're going to keep it in order, right? We're going to keep it in order. Okay. Before we continue, congratulations on all of those amazing opportunities that were presented to you.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much for not only reminding me on how much of a role and of a factor that God plays in your life, but also for informing those who are watching and listening how important God is, not only to your business but to you in your personal life. Yeah. We're gonna touch on that, right? Congratulations in advance for your 4-year anniversary. Thank you. December 14th. I seen that Easy Cooking with C was announced to the world. Tell me a little bit about that. How'd you put your faith over fear and said, this is it, I'm doing it?
Okay, so a little backstory real quick. When it comes to like just being raised in Miami, you gotta understand, like, it's a dog eat dog world. Okay. And you know how that is. Like, it's either you gonna do it or you're not. So when it came down to me moving back here to Miami, because remember I was in Arizona at the time.
Right, you were.
When I was dealing with that at the time, I prayed and I fasted for months. And I was just asking God, like, if you really want me to go back to Miami, you gotta put me in place with like me working for myself. Because come on now, they don't really pay here like that.
I get it.
So me personally, it was a hunger for me. It was like, God, you got to put me in place for order for me to like use whatever you're going to give to me. So when it came to that, I was working. I was still doing social work, but I was working in the hospital. So I was doing that, and I was praying. I was still doing my little food things on the side in Arizona. And that's when it was time for me to move. Everything that I asked God for, like, I need this certain type of money. I need this. I need that. I need a place. I need a kitchen. I need all that. he aligned everything up for me. Every single thing. It's kind of crazy, but every single thing for me to move here in December. I moved here December 9th. I drove literally 2-3 days.
And this was during pandemic, right?
Yes.
During pandemic.
Yeah.
My goodness.
It was during pandemic, and I drove down, and I already had my condo and stuff like that. And I was like, God, so I'm here. So what's next? And he was like, do your first sale. That's when it happened. December 14th.
There we go.
Okay. Because mind you, I moved December 9th. Who gonna pay the rent? That was coming out. Right. So I didn't have no job. I didn't have anything. So I was like, God, we here now. You got the place. You got me everything. But what do I need? What do I need to do in order for me to pay my car note, my rent, and I don't have no job. Right. And he literally was like, do a sale. Do a sale. That first sale, I had got $3,000. No gimmicks. I'm not even fronting with you. It was kind of crazy to me. I never forget, like, my homie was sitting there at the table and he was like, bro, you got your rent and your car and plus small. Yeah. Like, he was even shocked. And I was just like, huh? Like, off of one sale. And the feedback was crazy. It was, oh my God, Syerra, like, what did you do to this pasta? And things like that. And then the crazy part about it was, I just be smiling because it be God. It don't be me. Right. So when that happened, that first day, I started going ham afterwards. As soon as I got that $3,000 that day, I was like, okay, I can't stop. So I started doing dinner sales, like random dinner sales and things like that. So that's how I was surviving for months on months. Like, no job, no nothing, just these hands that God gave me.
There you go.
And I was able to pay my rent on time. And I was still living my life. Like, I was still going out. I was still looking after my family. It just be God.
So I mentioned earlier that there's something that I wanted to kind of hold off on, but I wanted to speak on it at that moment. I seen on one of your posts, right? And when I came across it, I'm like, hold on, this is because it's one of my favorite scriptures, right? And speaking of numbers, December 14th, 14 is actually one of my favorite numbers. So that was like, yo, that's dope. Whatever. But anyway, Psalms 23:5. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over.
Come on.
I tried to wait, but as you continue to express how God has favored you, the scripture you got to say it right now.
Yeah.
So y'all hear me say it. I don't know how many times, but y'all hear me say it more than enough times. But for you to be a testimony to not only me and of course see yourself continuously, but to those who are watching, how important is that scripture for you? How has that scripture or any other scripture helped you through times of struggle, anxiety, depression, confusion, or just times of despair?
I'm not gonna lie to you, that scripture, that's one of my top, simply because
and you could have said Psalm 23, but you specifically said 5.
Yeah, simply because when it came, you got to think about it. I'm a therapist. Like, don't never take that away from me. Like, I'm in school now. You understand? Becoming a doctor. So that's all people knew me as. See, the therapist. That's it. Like, she good with the words. She good with helping, like, feeding people from their soul, whatever the case is. But when it came to food, that was not my niche. That, especially in my family, I was not the cook in my family.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Got you.
So I was not the cook in my family. I was not the cook in my friends, because I even got stories where my homegirl was like, see, I remember I told you to make macaroni and cheese, and you came with noodles. Like, what a cheese! Like, she still mock me to this day, and she still be like, see, what the heck? But I laughed because it was so many people that was like, man, you tripping. What you mean food? Like, you only had 1 or 2 people eat your food in Arizona. They don't know anything about taste. They don't know anything about that. And I'm like, No, you guys, I did not like my hands are like from the like I listen, like God did this to me, like it's not me.
Right.
And nobody really understood that. People thought I was really crazy. It's not even my family used to laugh at me and was like, man, make sure you stay in school. Like, stop playing with us. Like, see, you don't even cook because I'm the baby out of 5. I'm the baby of my family. So I didn't have to cook. I came home eating. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So they never knew that I can cook until I was on my own by myself, like solitude, like just by myself. And literally God was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and place this in your hand. And I really believe in if something has always been in your family for years, but if you're the only one that wakes up, you got to think about it. God has a duty to do. Okay. So if older brother is missing it, older sister is missing it, nobody taking it serious, but then you got one that come down the line that's like, you know what? I'm open to whatever you got going for me. God gonna place that because you got to think about it. It has already been in your family.
Right.
It's ordained. It's already written. So either way you put it, I still got to make this happen in y'all family. And I got chills even talking about this. But I still got to make this happen because this has already been written. So you missing it, I'm going to make sure somebody else hit me out. You understand what I'm saying? So I literally was the one that was like, God, I'm open. I don't even care what you getting me. I don't care. And he gave me food. And I immediately was like, I don't know what you're talking about because I don't cook, but I trust you. And literally everything that he was giving to my family members that they was jumping over, I just took it hand on and was like, you know what? Come on. So in my family, people thought it was a mockery. Like, oh, you trying to be like this person. Oh, you trying to be, and not knowing like, it's not even about trying to be better or be like this. It's a simple fact that this was in our family to begin with. Somebody has to wake up. And for me, that's what happened. And that's when the cooking stuff happened. Like, that's when I started going crazy. Like I said, I moved down here. The food stuff was going. And when I say, I even still got a post where you would go on my page and I wrote, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to be private chef. I'm going to be like, that happened within a couple of months. Everything that I said, that I wrote down, that God literally showed me, like, he was showing me visions. It was crazy. Like, I was sleeping and I was seeing myself cooking for a massive amount of people, doing things that I'm doing now, not even doing what I was doing before.
I get it.
It was, I didn't understand. Right. So me having to, going back to that scripture and understanding like, God was like, I need for you to listen to me. I don't care what the world's telling you. I don't care how they laughing at you. Right. I don't care that your family calling you a little protege for somebody else. Right. I don't care. I want you to understand that I got you. And that's how that went about. I went through a lot of heartache and pain. I went through a lot of like mental confusion. I went through a lot of like self-doubt because I'm like, God, I ain't go to school for this. And you know, I don't care. So now that I'm at a place in my life where I don't care. If you ain't God, baby, you can't tell me otherwise. Because literally my life is a living proof.
Thank you. Right. So people who know me or have either seen my documentary, listened to any of my music, or just have had a personable conversation with me, you guys would know that from just the gist of what Miss Syerra just said, the youngest of 5, you guys know that I wasn't raised by either one of my biological parents, and I'm the youngest of 5 on both sides. And for some time now, I felt like everything that Syerra just said was super relatable to me. That's another topic for another time and conversation, but I commend you for being obedient to God's will for your life, whether you knew it then or not, right? At what point in your life did you realize you've come a long way, that you've came a long way, and that you have come a long way from, let's say, 2020 Arizona to moving back to Miami?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's not until recently. Okay. It's not until recently, like now, because I'm so on like okay, what's next?
Mhm.
That was one of the issues in my life where I had to really zone in and hone in, understanding like it's okay to celebrate what's going on right now. Me is just be like, okay, next. But it's not until because right now I work for myself fully, even with my therapy stuff, even my cooking stuff.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So when it comes to therapy, I work for a company that dispatch like clients to me. So I make my own schedule. I set up whatever the case is. But it's not until I walked in the door, and it was probably like 3-4 weeks ago when I walked into the office building just to go talk to the compliance manager about like why I ain't get paid for a client. Just let me see what's going on. I walked in the door and it was they were in like a line. And it was like all the employees that was there that was in the office, and they had a sign up for me and was like Syerralynn the celebrity. And when I walked in, I was confused. I'm seeing everybody, I'm walking through, they're like, woo! And I'm just like, what's going on? Right. And they literally was like, we know who you are. And I'm just like, what? They're like, no, you're a liar. It was like, we watched your episode on Food Network. Right. They were like, we stalked your Instagram page, we stalked your TikTok page. They were like, yo, you are bad at, like, what? They was like, how do you do therapy? And then you be going to go do events on weekends. And then you be coming back like everything cool. And they were like, they already been like praising me for being one of the top therapists. They was like, you just started. And people are begging to get on a list for you. Like I have a list of parents that's willing to pay out of pocket. Not even with insurance. They like, look, we'll pay you cash to make sure our kids are good. So I'm thinking like, that's what's that. No, those people actually like looked at everything that I did. And it's not until that day I was sitting there and I'm like, man, what? And they like, yo, you're 30. Like the compliance manager, she looked at me and she was like, you're so humble. And she was like, you're 30. You've been on TV. She was like, and you're still working here. She was like, and a simple fact that she's like, why didn't you tell us at the interview? I was like, what you want me to say in the interview? Oh yeah, hired me because I was on Food Network. Hired me because I got to put, like, absolutely not. And she started cracking up laughing, but she was like, you could have at least gave us a little something. I was like, no, because I wanted y'all to see me who I was, like with the therapy, not with the food. And they was literally just praising me. They had a whole cake. It had people on like video with like the people that was working from home. They like, we saw your episode, Syerra. And like, now they always say like, we have a celebrity that works for us. Yep, and she's so cool. Like,
yeah.
So it's not until then where she literally looked at me, like she held my shoulders and was like, I don't know if anybody ever told you, but she was like, I'm proud of you. She was like, I'm really just proud of you. And she was like, I just really got to say that to you, like to your face. And like she looked at me in my eyes and she was just like, you doing your thing. And she was like, even if you feel like you're not, she was like, trust me, you've seen things, you've done things more than the average person. And she was like, I'm 50 and I haven't even done half of the things that you did in your life. And she was like, I always wish to do these things in your life. And she was like, to actually see it, that somebody's actually really doing it. She said, you actually ignited something inside of me to feel like things are actual possible in life. And that's when I was just like, oh.
Stop right there. Everyone has spiritual gifts that God has ordained for us. I have recently started to understand what mine is. What do you believe yours is?
I have a natural spirit of healing.
Okay.
That's one thing. So that's why when it comes to food, when it comes to therapy, I realized I got a natural gift of healing. My spiritual gift is definitely cooking. Like I said, I don't look at recipes.
So you feed the soul and the spirit.
Yes.
And the body, the flesh.
Yeah.
Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
So yeah. Okay. So that's literally my spiritual gifts.
Nice.
It's just pure healing. Like I just want to heal the world. Like a lot of people go through a lot of stuff, and I know I've been through a lot of stuff, like a lot. So the fact that I know, like, if I've been through a lot of stuff, and I never wanted to make people feel the way I felt.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why I like over time, like
Mm-hmm.
my abilities, because it's like I've been there, I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through a lot of hard stuff.
Right.
I've been through anything you could really think of, like anything you would think of. I ain't gonna lie to you, like I've been there. You understand the hurt of the hurt, and to look at people knowing that a lot. And as I'm getting older, I'm realizing people don't have that same mental like stability. People don't have that same like mental strength. So for me,
Mm-hmm.
I try to be nice and try to do like love on every single body around me, simply because I know all of us are not wired like that. Because I should have been gone. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, outside this interview, like she's a guest to y'all, but she's like, me and her go way back for some time, right? So we've had conversations about, our upbringing, and it's been a while since we've discussed that. Would you agree?
Yep.
But it's very synonymous with what I believe my purpose is and my mission statement is for How You Holding Up. And I just want to inform you guys that there are people out here that's like Syerra, that's like myself, and it's all due and owed to God, man. Like y'all be thinking that, y'all just making this stuff up. But when you go through the things that now I get it, not everyone receives that timely understanding as you may have, being 30 and everything that you've experienced, or me being 33. But in due time, God will, if you're accepting to it, because as you mentioned, it skipped a lot of your family members, and you was the one that realized like, yo, I'm going to do it because I trust you. It's going to get to that point where you understand like everything that you've gone through happened to you, but for others. Bingo. So thank you for embracing those trials, tribulations, and experiences to not only better your life, but also others. Anyone who comes into an interaction with you, who comes across, your social media, because as they mentioned for you, you're very infectious. I believe that the more excited that I am about something, the more confident I am about it. So being that you are super excited when it comes to cooking, if you guys haven't followed Miss Syerra yet, please do let them know where they can find you.
You guys can find me on Instagram at EasyCookin. So that's COOKIN LLC on Instagram. You can follow me on TikTok with the same name, EasyCookinWithSyllc. And also Facebook.
Hold on. Because when she was telling y'all her story, she was a lot more enthusiastic and excited, right? So when you see her on these posts, we need you to, how they did it? We got a celebrity in the house. We need that energy. We need all that. Where can they find you, Miss Syerralynn? Okay. Come on,
now. All right. So if you guys looking for me, definitely you can guys go on Instagram, you can go on TikTok. You can literally go on, I even have a website. And you see it on my apron. Easy Cooking with C. That's SY.
Yes.
LLC. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me, like I said, on TikTok. That's Easy Cooking with SY. And you can also just Google me. Like, you can definitely just Google my name.
I wish I had a mic.
Which is Syerra. Make sure you spell it correctly. Donaldson, DONALDSON, and you will find a plethora of things about me. I'm in magazines, articles.
Talk that talk. Talk that talk.
Literally, once you Google my name, everything will start just popping up.
And if you missed it, we will have the links in the bios, also in the descriptions. So yeah, and also you don't have a brick and mortar. So I understand.
Okay.
For those who don't understand, how are you making all of these things possible with getting these major orders for these big clients and even the smaller, intimate clients? How are you doing this? Like right now, it's Thanksgiving. You're preparing how many dinners for how many families?
We got 7 to 8 families I'm looking for.
Who's assisting you with this cooking?
Me, Atlay. Oh, my girl.
Shout out Miss Lay.
Lay.
Yes. She's behind the camera helping us out, and she's playing a phenomenal role.
She been riding around getting the things that I've been missing, y'all. So my girl been looking out.
And again, you're not doing this with a brick and mortar. It's you and Lay this Thanksgiving. You ladies are missing times with your families right now to provide that enjoyment for other families.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to say it on behalf of y'all. Thank you, Syerra.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lay. We appreciate you, ladies. I have a few more questions. I don't want to take too much of your time because you're doing phenomenal work. Actually, what's on the stove and in the oven right now?
Okay, so what's in the oven? It's a turkey, but it's a Cajun butter turkey that's in the oven. On top, there's turkey wings.
Okay.
Those are my smothered turkey wings, so it's still cooking right now.
Okay.
Right here, this is the pineapple sweet chili sauce that I'm making. So the pineapples are infused with coconut, and also the sweet chili, my little pepper flakes and stuff like that, with a little bit of butter. I let that marinate, and I'm gonna actually glaze the outer layer of the turkey because that's what I just pulled out the oven.
Okay. Is that the one with the pineapple?
Yes. So that's a sweet chili pineapple turkey. I don't do regular things around here. I mean, if you do, because somebody did order like a regular roasted turkey.
Shade or anything like that.
No shade.
It's just the Syerra way.
Yes, like
CC way.
Right. So, I mean, but I can't do the regular stuff. But me personally, like I like to ignite people's taste buds.
Right.
I like people being like, wait, that's not supposed to go together, but it tastes good.
It goes together.
Thank you.
There we go.
So that's my niche of like my company. So I got a sweet honey jerk turkey.
Nice.
That I gotta put in the oven. Right here I got some collard greens.
Okay.
Like I said, this is my sweet chili pineapple glaze that's gonna go on top of that. And then I have my regular roasted turkey over there that I gotta go ahead and put that in the oven.
Wait, you said you got your what over here?
It's a regular roasted turkey.
You say you don't do regular. So
I don't, but I never said that people can't order it.
Okay, all right.
You understand what I'm saying?
So you guys have options. You can trust her, which most and all people do, to do her own thing and be surprised with the palette that she provides and prepares for you. Or if you want to stick to what you know, it's available too.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what that.
Okay.
And then I got some butter garlic salmon that I gotta grill. I gotta do some macaroni and cheese. I gotta do some cornbread.
Are you doing stovetop mac and cheese or are you baking that?
Oh, I do a roux at first, and then I go ahead and bake it.
Excuse roux. I mean, excuse roux. You know what I mean? Okay, all right. I'm here for it.
So, I gotta make a roux and I gotta put it in the oven. And then like I said, I gotta do some brown sugar honey cornbread. And I gotta make some rice and peas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we know that you are, let me go back to this, right? That you are a doctor of social work, leadership, and administration. And based off everything that you have reiterated for me, you mean to tell me you have no culinary arts school experience?
None.
YouTube?
None.
TikTok?
None.
Instagram?
No.
Grandma's cookbook?
Nah, I was never in the kitchen. I was there to eat. That's why when it comes down to this, I tell people all the time, like, this ain't nothing but God. Like, I don't have no favorite chef. I don't even watch YouTube. I don't watch none of this stuff. It just comes to me.
Y'all going to take me serious when I tell you that God is real and he works. If it's not through me, it's going to be somebody that I interview, that I have a conversation or discussion with. Y'all, one way or another, y'all are going to understand that and you're going to see it for yourself. Okay. How has your faith helped you cope during your darkest moments?
Being that faith is everything to me.
Okay.
You understand? All God wants you to have is a faith of a mustard seed.
Just a little bit.
That's just a little bit. And I realized with just a little bit of faith, my life have went from A to Z in a heartbeat. And in my darkest moments, don't get me wrong, I'm still human. So I'll be alive and be like, I don't go through, I don't cry. Yes, I do. I be crying myself a river sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? But what keeps me going is simply the fact that I feel these emotions and I understand, like, you know what? Syerra, remember when you went through this? It's going to be something greater. Syerra, what are you trying to learn? So now it's not more so like, why me? Why me? It's more so, why not me? And what am I trying to learn? What do God want me to learn in this season in order for me to actually get to the next level? So I no longer look at things as a burden or I'm being punished, quote unquote, because we all think we're being punished when we go through things. No, we're learning a lesson. So my faith has showed me that, girl, you're going to be all right. No matter what it is, you're going to be all right. Because you know my upbringing. I lost mother, father. I lost so many people in my life. And I'm still here today. Still smiling, still happy, still joyful. Simply because God, whatever God take from you, and we think he just taking and he just going to leave us in so much distraught and loneliness. No. Whatever he takes from you, he's going to multiply like 10 times. Whatever hole you're actually feeling, he's going to fill with nothing but joy, love, and happiness. And that's where I'm at in my life. So when I see dark places, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I see them. But do I claim them as mine?
Do you?
No. Do I say, oh my God, why this happened to me? No. I literally laugh now and be like, all right, what I need to learn now? What I need to learn now? And I take it and flip it. It's all about perspective. That's it.
I'm so glad you guys are hearing this from somebody else. I want to point out two things. The first thing is, do you have that perspective being that you are a doctor in social work?
I just have that perspective, period.
Okay.
Because although y'all went to school and I gotta think about it, therapists need therapy too. You understand what I'm saying? So, and you gotta think about humans in general. We can give out advice all the time, but that don't mean you taking your own advice.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So perspective came in to me living my life, living my truth, accepting the things that came to me, all the bad, all the good. And it was like, what are you gonna do with this? Are you gonna keep crying yourself a river? Or you gonna really like just change your mindset? So the perspective came from my faith, me going through my own everyday life trials and tribulations and being like, it's either me gonna really hone in and be like, you know what, Syerra, it's time for you to change your mindset, or I was gonna be stuck. It's any human being. So no, it didn't come from no therapy. It really came from me and my life experiences and just me, my life, my journey, what God gave to me and told me, I need for you to look, wake up. Stop always crying about why me, and really figure out why you keep doing the same cycle.
Romans chapter 5, verses 1 through 6. Read it. Second question. You ever spoke to somebody and felt like you were listening to yourself speak?
Yeah.
This is what I get. And for me, this is so refreshing. It's very refreshing. Like I can pray, I can meditate, I can motivate myself, right? But not all of us get that, especially, they say check on your strong friends.
That's
sometimes
true.
Those strong friends, just like you said, the therapists need therapists.
Yeah.
But sometimes we feel physically we don't have that. So me, my source is from God.
Yep.
My strength is from him.
Yep.
How you holding up? But okay, now you said with your experiences and perspective, God fills you with, what was it? Joy?
Peace.
And love, was it?
Yep. I love, happiness, everything. He
now
feels.
Stay right there. Joy or happiness? Which do you prefer and why?
Joy.
Why?
Simply because joy comes in the morning. You understand what I'm saying? And that's probably cliche, but when it comes to joy, that's a known thing. That's a factual thing. You wake up in the morning, that's joy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You do that's happiness is a choice.
Okay.
I choose every day to be happy.
Okay.
That's why God gave us choice, the power of choice. But joy is already ordained. Once you wake up in the morning and you see that you got another day, baby, that's something to be thankful. That's joy. But happiness, it flees. It's an emotion. It's anything. Frustration, happy, anger, that's all, it flees. But you have the choice to choose what you want to do and how you want to go about your life every single day, every single second. Because I could be happy and driving, somebody cut me off, I can instantly get angry. but I can instantly turn myself back on happy by me saying, you know what? It's cool. Maybe he needed to get to what he needed to get to.
Don't cut her off on purpose, though. We don't want to see the switch. We want to make sure she stays happy. So please don't do that. Be safe and responsible out here. Okay.
But me personally, I will always choose joy over happiness because, like I said, you have the choice to choose whatever emotion you want to deal with that day. But when it comes to joy, me waking up in the morning, you can't take that from me. You just can't.
Y'all be thinking I be making this stuff up. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Now, you are not only a career-driven woman, but you're also an entrepreneur and you are also a person.
Yeah.
Right? How do you maintain faith and hope when facing financial uncertainty?
Knowing that, because people, okay. First of all, when you owning a business and you really like full blown like faith, financial wise, baby, you ain't got no money for real. Like, and I don't think nobody really understands. Like, people look at me and swear I'm one of the most wealthiest people because I'm always traveling. I have faith. God provides. When I say God provides, God literally provides. And on top of that too, it's simply because your first couple of years in business, because this is going on what, year 4 for me?
Yeah. About 2 weeks, it'll be year 4, 2, 3 weeks.
Right. You don't really start seeing money in business until like year 6, year 5, year 7, like after you actually went through the kinks of understanding your business for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a high right now. Like, I do this thing because I love it. Not only that, simply because I'm studying the business. I do seminars, I do things to learn how to properly price things out. I was just telling Lay, like, dang, last year I ain't even really make a profit, but this year I'm actually making a profit. And nobody knows that. They just seeing how much people I service, not knowing that the amount of money goes into certain things. That's a science. So going back to what I was saying, whatever the case is.
We gotta get you some food stamps. My bad, yeah. Go ahead. Don't forget where you came from.
I would never. But my thing is more so like I really want to learn like the background from it. But like I said, you really don't see no money. I be traveling. I do this. I make just enough to pay my bills, and it's not even make just enough. It's God provides. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right.
Not gonna lie to you. Like every time I be like, God, this you. You let me know, like, rent about to be due. I ain't gonna front with you. I only had like in the beginning like 3 families at first, like throughout the month, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm cool with the 3 families. Like, God, okay, cool. But I still said, God, my rent due though. Like on the first, God, that's $1,700. Like, what we gonna do? It's not until Sunday, because that was my last day. I was closing out. I had last minute orders fly in like a tsunami, and not people ordering just, let me just order this one thing. No, it was, I need macaroni and cheese. I need this. I need that. So I made my rent money based off of this, and that's simply because me trusting God, me understanding. But financially, no, it's rough. And as far as like me being like okay with it, simple fact that I know God ain't never leave me. And that's one thing you really have to like. I tell people all the time when it comes to like your faith, you gotta really understand that. Knowing that God never leaves you, knowing that even on your last, like you on your toe, like your last toe, and you like, God, I can't, I'm about to fall. Understand that He's going to catch you, and understand He's going to restore all your toes at that point. And I'm realizing that more and more, and I think that's where, not even think, that's why I know my faith is getting stronger and stronger, because I can literally, it's times where I waited the day before and I'm like, God, I ain't even got my cut note. That's good. And you want to you mean to tell me God not real? Because within those couple of hours, at that last minute of me having to pay without them giving me a late fee, the money comes in. Somebody want to book me for an event with the same deposit, not even the full amount, deposit for my car note. We finna send this to you. And I'd be like, God, what the world? Like, and I'm able to pay myself. So when it comes to this, everything that I do is faith-based. everything. So when I say you really have to zone in and understand, like, God provides, not saying just a clean, yeah, God provides. No, you gotta really be able to sit and feel it. Cause trust, your heart gonna be pumping, and you gonna be thinking in your head like, dang, I'm about to be homeless. Dang, I'm about to get an eviction. I even got an eviction before. And that's the thing that people don't even know the real truth about my everyday life. I got an eviction before. And I still sat there and was like, God, what's good? Like, you gave me this gift. You better do what you gotta do. I got an eviction the next day. I got the money for the eviction and for my rent and money to pay my next month. And in that moment, I laughed because it was like, dang, God, you trying to make me sweat. But no, it was more so like, I really want you to know who I really am.
I am the I am.
Come on. I am who I say I am.
Jehovah Jireh, provider.
And that's literally how I live my life. Like I promise to you, people swear I got all this money. No, my faith runs pocket deep. Pocket deep. That's it. That's really it.
So I don't want y'all to get misconstrued. God provides for Syerra. He provides for me. He provides for you. Don't be so complacent on, oh, I got faith, I'm gonna just sit back and just wait on. You have to put in the work.
Yeah.
A man who does not work does not eat.
Come on.
You have to meet God. Give him 100% because he's gonna give you how many percent?
10,000.
So you can't give him 100% of what you have to offer.
Come on.
You can't be lazy, man. And a lot of us, I know I've been lazy, but I had to understand that, yo, I'm lazy. Like, I'm a visionary. Like, I see so much for myself. And because of that, I had to experience what I experienced in order for me to now understand it. But now I put the work in. You feel me? So I had to go through those things in order for me to be able to vocalize it and share it with you guys in hopes that it will encourage you to not be so lazy.
Seriously, faith without work is
dead.
It's
dead.
You can't. People can dream all the time, and that's the thing I tell people all the time. People are like, well, I dream about it, I pray about it, and I just don't understand why it's not coming true. What have you been doing to actively allow this to come true?
Sitting and waiting.
That's it.
And hoping and praying.
That's it. And that's not how God works.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Like, I'll be a fool and I'll be like, okay, I'll just be sitting here on my hand. No. If anybody knows me, I'm constantly moving 25/8, coming up with different things. Even if it doesn't make sense, God still sees me and be like, all right, nah, you know this ain't make no sense, but I'm gonna still make it happen simply because you've been playing. I promise to you, like, faith without work, and that's one of my main scriptures that I love too. It's faith without work is dead. You can't really sit on yourself, have a plan, and be like, you know what, this is what I want to do and not do it for real. You gotta try. You gotta actually show God, like, God, I'm trying out here. You know the world crazy. So you have to believe in something or you're gonna fall for anything. So when it comes down to that, I'm just being real honest with you. You gotta put that work in and day out, like all the time. And it'll come.
And I want to expound on that. Don't wait until you feel like you have all your ducks in a row to actually make an attempt.
That's not faith.
It's a scripture. I don't remember it verbatim, but he who can manage little can manage.
Come on.
I'm saying though. I have one more question because you have a lot to get back to, and man, I'm so grateful for you. I am thankful for you, Miss Lay, and every one of you guys who are watching this. What role does gratitude play in your life, even during financial hardship? Because you mentioned that joy, you wake up joyful. Happiness is fleeting. It comes and goes.
Yep.
So gratitude.
Gratitude, always being thankful of every little thing.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Every little thing. For me, gratitude is big for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Me being thankful for even the slightest things. You
like
understand,
what?
like
what's this? The
ability to walk.
Okay.
Like, I'm not even. I know people in wheelchairs right now. Like,
Or breathing through oxygen tanks.
Exactly.
Okay.
That, or having the ability to even say, you know what, I'm gonna go to my job. People don't even have jobs nowadays because the economy is crazy. So me honing on every little thing that I could have an apple in my place at this point in my life, and that's all I got. I would literally chop it up and be thankful that I got a piece of apple every single day that I can eat up until Friday until I get paid. It's just that joy of understanding that things can be worse.
I agree.
Like, simple things can honestly be worse, and being able to, you understand, like, be thankful for certain things like that. Nobody can take that from me. Like, I ain't got much. People on the outside looking in, you might think I got so much. I ain't got much. But I'm thankful for the things that surround me. Like, I was just telling Lane, like, when it comes to family, like Thanksgiving, I'm cooking for all these people or whatever the case is. And I'm like, dang, like, my family a little rocky, whatever the case is. You know, everybody go through their stuff. But it's more so me sitting down thinking, like, I got people like late to even fly in to just want to be around me.
Shout out to Flint, Michigan. Hey, Lay.
Hey, y'all.
So it's just people like that. It's just like, that's gratitude. Like, I could have been here by myself. And I'm not. So every little thing, I just be thankful for. I ain't gonna fight with you.
Again, I'm gonna keep it as is. We'll talk another time. Me, Syerralynn, Chef Cece, Dr. Donaldson. Can you do us the favor of just reintroducing yourself and also informing the people again, reminding them where they can follow and support you at, please? Thank you.
Okay, so hey family.
Step up. There you go.
Hey family. So
yes, Cece.
Basically, my name is Syerralynn Donaldson. Okay. Some people call me.
Hold on. Go to the back of the stage again, and then come back up to the front of the stage, and then give them a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, come on now.
Hey guys. So it's your girl, Chef C, better known as Syerralynn. Okay. Not only do I cook it up in the soul, okay, I feed you mentally. I am a therapist. I am a personal development coach. I literally try to help people get to their highest heights of life. You can follow me on all social media platforms. I'm on YouTube, Syerralynn channel. I'm on TikTok, EasyCookinWithSyllc. You can also find my motivational videos on there as well under Syerralynn. Also, you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. Just when y'all Google my name, just make sure you Google Syerra, and my last name is Donaldson, and you got Sierra the Great.
There you guys have it. Also, she travels, so if you're interested in having Miss Syerralynn prepare a meal or meals for you, fly out. She'll definitely be there. Her and Lay.
Yeah.
You guys have been phenomenal, Miss Syerralynn. Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving to each and every single one of you. It's your guy, Brooklyn Boone. You're now tuning in to How You Holding Up, the podcast.
You ain't gotta check on me, I'm holding up. You ain't gotta check on me, I'm holding up. You ain't gotta check on me, I'm holding up. You ain't gotta check on me, I'm holding up. You ain't gotta check on me, I'm holding up. You ain't gotta check on me, I'm holding up. You ain't gotta check on me, I'm holding up. You ain't gotta check on me, I'm holding up. Used to ask the question, was I dopey?